Hello everyone, and welcome to this Video Song Frontier video. First of all, I would like to apologise for there not actually being a video this Wednesday. I probably should tell you what's going on, so a wee update. As some of you know, I've been suffering with depression now for quite some time, but I went to the doctors and they decided to run, a couple of tests just to see, if there was anything else that, was making me feel low and constantly tired and what have you. And it turns out that my thyroid is having to work harder, or my body's having to work harder, with my thyroid. Basically, the rest of my body has to literally poke my thyroid to do a thing. And because of that, I've just started on levothyroxine. And one thing I'm noticing is it's kind of making me quite tired. So I've just that, and I've been at that, and I've been at the office all week. So I've not been able to make a video. However, what we have here is a desktop computer. Now, this actually was given to me by the office. It was actually a former colleague. No, hang on, no. Try again. It was actually a colleague's former computer. She got, and she got shut of this machine. Gave it to me at the office, and I just kept it there because I was hoping to free cycle it. Unfortunately, that really didn't go as planned. Yeah. So, the office has recently been recarpeted, and, once that was done, they've actually been trying to sort things out and get rid of stuff that they don't need. To which I said, well, look, I could take this machine if that's okay. And they were perfectly fine with me uplifting this machine. In fact, I've just got a lift home with it now, so thank you to the person who gave me a lift home with it. Really appreciate that. And, well, here it is. Now, what this is I believe it's an Athlon XP with a gig of RAM, if not more. Yeah, it's Athlon XP with a gig of RAM, if not more. With, I think, a 120 gigabyte hard disk drive, DVD rewritable, DVD writer drive, flippity-floppity drive, and an NVIDIA GeForce 6600. And, but that really doesn't matter, because I'm not wanting this machine for the bits in it. Literally, all I'm wanting is the chassis, probably the optical drive, and probably the floppy drive as well. Because I have an idea, I have a project that I've been chatting about with LML3 and Sansui 350A. And, well, I think the time has come for, I think I'm old enough now to have my own server. I think I should be old enough for one now. So that's basically the plan, is to build a server. Gonna have to dream up some fantastical, exciting place to put it, but hopefully, I will find somewhere, and this will basically run, for the most part, as a headless server, and yeah. And the plan is, what I'm going to be doing with it is I'll probably be running Debian on it. I've been playing about with Debian. That's another reason I wasn't able to make a video, because I was kept busy with Debian this week. And, I plan to run Debian, and I plan to move my domain, my Windows 2000 server domain, over to this box. Now, I don't know what board I'm going to put in it yet. I don't know, things that you might actually put in a server, even on the used market, are very expensive in the UK. even hard drives. I mean, I was hoping to put 4 2TB drives in and, you know, put them in a RAID array. I think, I can't mind which kind of RAID array. I want to say RAID 6, but it could be RAID 10. I completely forgot, guys. And but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to really do that because I won't be able to afford it. So it's probably going to be, at best, 4 1TB drives. And I'm probably just going to have to get the drives, you know, just kind of build something basic and then just, you know, just kind of work on it as, you know, as I get the money, and just, you know, keep putting new parts in it and what have you. Anyway, while we're in here, I may as well show you the parts that I did get with this machine, because I could actually find other uses for the other parts. So if you'll give me a wee moment. Okay, so let's undress this machine. This case is quite easy to get into, although you have to remove more parts than you would think. To be able to get into the case, you have to remove the top part, which didn't come with a screw. I'll see if I can get hold of a thumb screw and then just kind of plop it in. And then just uplift that. And there you have it. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look inside. I've got my trusty light here that I bought when I was at Penumbra. So this is a Tsunami switching power supply. Don't know how good it is, but I'm gonna guess not that great. Apparently it's a switching one. You can switch from 50 to 60 Hertz, and 140 to 230 dB. But on the back it actually says AC 230 volts. And something that's quite interesting about this power supply, it does have the pass-through for the monitor, which, you know, that's kind of an old thing. That is, I thought that had went out with the AT style systems. So it's quite surprising that it's there. I guess some ATX power supplies had it as well. Its max output is 280 watts, so you know, whether this power supply is good or not, it is going to have to go away, because I'm probably going to be using, you know, I'm probably going to be needing at least a 400. So yeah, so that's going to be extra cost. The motherboard is an A-Open, can't you mind what chipset it is. There's the 6600 graphics card, and this is a full ATX board, so yeah, so it's got all the slots. It's got an hard drive as well. It's a skeet gate. Reason it's called a skeet gate. It's not even mounted. I could just pull this out right now, so I will. And just see what size we've got to play about here. It could come in handy, actually, I must admit, for, you know, recycling older systems. Although it is ATA, so, you know, the speed isn't going to be great. In fact, it's going to be diabolical. Now, a lot of the server stuff, I am still pretty much a noob when it comes to that. I mean, I know how to run Windows 2000 server, but, you know, to build a proper grown-up server, you know, I'm still pretty much a noob with it. And there's a hard drive. I've extracted it, and It's a Seagate 7200.8, so very reliable. And I don't know where, is that a .9? This isn't a magnifier, but it might help me see. 7200.9, 40 gigabytes. I don't know where I got 120 from, honest. But, you know, if I am building an older system, then this will be absolutely perfect for that. Number of drive cages in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's a 7th one there, which the floppy drive is populating. I'll probably keep the floppy drive in the system, though. Because, well, it's there and there's a faceplate for it. The optical drive will probably stay as well. That is, if I don't decide to go all OCD about it and colour coordinate and get a silver bezel one. Which I would like to, actually, if I can, but I mean, that really isn't what servers are about. I mean, yeah, put an optical drive will probably be there, because again, it's, you know, keeping a blank, it's filling up a blank. But I mean, it's really not essential to the day-to-day running of the server. I mean, you know, once I put a more modern board in it, I'm probably I'm probably looking at something by Supermicro, actually. You know, Sansuri's gonna, I think, help me to try and get my hands on one of those. You know, get a Supermicro board. That'll be absolutely fandabby-dozy. And yeah, and then strip the rest of this system for parts. Because, I mean, I'm certainly not going to want or need a 6600 in there, because, I mean, it's going to take power. I mean, it's going to be a headless server. And for those of you who are wondering what a headless server is, it's basically a computer that will run literally just with a power supply. Literally, all you do, plug the power supply in, switch it on, and, you know, the board, you know, boards and headless servers, they won't do that whole, oh, there's no keyboard not present, please press F1 to continue. You know, literally, it will just kind of boot up and run. And you interact with it over the network. Literally, you just kind of, well, you plug a network cable into it, at least one, otherwise it would be useless. You know, and then you interact with it either through SSH into the, you know, into the Linux shell, into the bash, or you can use a piece of software called Webmin, and what that does is it allows you to administrate your server using a web page, not unlike most routers. So, so there you have it. So, I mean, this is going to need cleaned, which, you know, I'll do, you know, probably, you know, when I get to stripping it out, you know, I'll certainly clean it. Optical drive, like I said, yeah, that's probably going to stay there. But certainly the power supply is going to go, the motherboard's going to go, the memory is going to go, the graphics card is going to go, and the CPU, yeah. I mean, I want something that I can keep switched on and, you know, I know it's going to be okay. You know, I don't... An Athlon XP is not... An Athlon XP based system is not something that I would keep switched on and leave it unattended. I just wouldn't, really, no. Anyway, what I think I'm going to do is, oh, before I do go, actually, let's just see what memory's in here, actually. It'll be most likely DDR400 or something of that style. I don't know. Oh, there we do. Yeah. Oh, it's actually DDR333. That's a 512 megabyte DDR27 PC2700 module. Oh, there's another one here as well. There's 3 slots on this board, all of which are filled. So let me have a wee look. There's another 512 megabytes, 512 megabyte DDR2700 module, and then there is another 512 megabyte PC2700 DDR333 module, to give a total of 1.5 gigabytes of memory RAM. So this computer's got some parts which I can harvest for other computers, yeah, which is good. Certainly the graphics card will be useful because, you know, I'm wanting to try, I've got, you know, I do have parts that, you know, I still need to build up some of those machines from last year. It's completely ridiculous. What am I doing? That's not how this case goes together. I mean, that's another good thing about the case. It does have slots for fans. I'm not sure, however, if there's a slot for a fan in the... Oh yeah, there is. There is. So I could put a fan in the front and then a fan in the back. And then that would, you know, fan in the front should cool the hard drives. And then a rear fan would exhaust the hot air out of the server. So, you know, kind of getting a nice wee bit of airflow there. Just as long as the fans are facing the right way round. So, I guess I could try and show you. Can't do that at the moment. I'll figure out a way to do it later. Although I must admit, I don't know how much ventilation this is going to get. You know, if I did choose to put a fan in here, I think there's only that wee lip, and I'm not even sure that is ventilated. So it's really quite a difficult one actually. And I forgot if this server, this case has any kind of dodgy blue lights on it or anything like that. If so, I probably won't plug that in, because, you know, it's going to be basically a small server, and I just want it to sit quietly in the corner and shut up and get on with what it's supposed to do. So there you have it. That is the case I'm going to be using for the server. Unfortunately, this is not going to be. I'm sure you've seen my computer project videos. Certainly the free cycle computer in that LNX case. You know, that literally took 9 months to complete. This is probably going to take longer. You know, I mean, considering, you know, how much these components cost, you know, it's probably going to take about, I would say it's probably going to take about a year for me to be able to get this and make it a reality. So it's really, I mean, I really do want to do this. It's something that I'm excited about, and it's something that I believe will help me in the world of work. So, you know, I guess it is going to be money well spent eventually, you know, once it's built. Because, you know, if I'm administering my own Debian server at home, then, you know, I could one day, you know, when I'm getting back into the world of work, I could go to a company and they'll be like, okay, so what's your skills here, Mr. Wakefield, and experience? I'm like, well, not only do I help out at my local disability charity office, but I also do the, I also administer, well, I've also got experience with Debian servers, obviously. At a job interview, I'd be able to rattle it off a lot easier than that. But then they'll be like, well, how on earth did you get access to a Debian server? Oh, I've got one at home. So hopefully this will actually help in my, well, it'll help in my learning. You know, because, you know, I really want to properly learn Linux now. I mean, I've been using it since, you know, I've been playing about with it, just kind of fickering about with it on and off since about 2003. But really, I'm ready to properly get my hands dirty and properly learn it, because, I mean, why not? Seriously, why not? So, with that said, I'll put this away and I'll wrap up this video. So I hope you've all enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, to like videos on Frontier on Facebook, and also please feel free to follow me on Twitter. But for the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and please do join me for my next one. Cheery bagging.